Hello and welcome back to the El Chappy Show. I'm your host Dylan, and I'm here to give some updates about what's going to happen over the next few days. Obviously, late last night, a lot of moves happened, so I wanted to try and cover some of those in this stream today. But yeah, it's nice to see some of you. Thank you for joining. This is a new channel, so if you can go onto YouTube and both like and subscribe the stream and also the uh, subscribe to the channel, I will be very grateful. It's not always easy as a new channel to grow, but I love the NFL, I love college football, so I will have a lot of content coming out over the next few weeks and months. So let's get started here. Let's take a look about where we're at the moment. We have this site where we have a lot of things. Obviously, George Pickens got the transition tag on him. Let's have a look at some of the unsigned players currently still out there. We got Trey Hendrickson. Rumor has it he's asking for too much money, so that could be a issue. We got Kyler Murray. Interesting with Kyler Murray, obviously, that he allegedly could or might not be released from Arizona until Thursday. So he's not officially released yet, which means that could be a reason why some teams have not signed him yet. He is still seen as the favorite to go to the Vikings, though, even though I don't personally see it. I don't think he is the correct fit for the Minnesota Vikings. However, many people believe he will land there and he is the guy for them. So we shall see what it is. Sarah P, welcome to you, my darling. Thank you for joining us. Please hit the like, subscribe, and also hit the notification bell on the way in. Again, we are both on Twitter, on X, and on YouTube. If you do want to converse, I think you could do it on both. But if you could do me a massive favor and come on to the YouTube platform and I believe it's just at the El Chappy Sports Show, and you are on YouTube. You can comment there, like Marilyn has just done here. Hello, Jen. How are you? Caught alive. I'm so grateful that you always comment on everything, every stream that I have. So I appreciate you for that, my darling. You have been a great supporter since I started this channel. So thank you to you. So as I say, we are looking at Kyler Murray, but I did not know that until Adam Schefter announced it today that Kyler Murray hasn't been released officially from the Arizona Cardinals. Why, you wonder? Well, why not? Because essentially they could be waiting for him to get some sort of trade out of it all, because they're still paying for his wages and there's no reason for them to release him, because one team could possibly come in last minute and offer even a 7th round pick potentially. So why would he not be petty? I suppose, even though it is a little bit petty. So it doesn't sound like we will know where Kyler Murray's going for a little bit longer. Let me just do this. Sorry, I've got to do this in the back end there. So I can pin Sarah P's post up here. No, it's not. Save. Thank you very much, Jen, for your kind words. I appreciate that. Dave will be in here. Well, both Daves might be in here later on if they see that we are live. So yeah. So that is Kyler Murray. Do not expect to hear anything about Kyler Murray until at least Thursday is the notion. As I say, all indication is he will be with the Vikings, even though, as I say, I don't personally see it. Stefan Diggs is an interesting one. He has a hearing in Norfolk County, Massachusetts on the 1st of April. See if his charges are still going to be a thing or not. He is obviously, no team is going to sign him until they know exactly what's going on, because he could end up on the commissioner's exempt list. So he might not be able to play next year, even though I suspect he will be allowed to play next year. But we're still waiting to hear what happens to his criminal case. And as I say, an update should come along from the 1st of April Fool's Day, actually, where he will be, I believe, 9 a.m. in Norfolk County. Rick Woolen, obviously still unsigned. considering that the quarterback market is very strong in the draft, and also the Chiefs have developed two strong quarterbacks who ended up going to the Rams. So the market is still ongoing there. Same with Marshawn Lattimore as well. So there's quite a few names here. We got Dallas Goddard, obviously Braden Smith. Braden Smith is an interesting cat because his troubles have been well documented online about his OCD, and I feel like he's my brother because I have severe OCD as well. So I do, I do pull for him quite a bit. So it'll be interesting to see where he signs. Clowney, surprising with Clowney, he's still going. You'd think he'd be retired by now. I think he's been jumping to one team another every single year. Tyler Decker is an interesting one as well. He was released by the Lions, which was a surprise to many. Joanne Jennings, Sarah Pease in the chat. She's a big 49ers fan. So where will he end up? I do not believe he will be back with the 49ers, but we shall see. And Aaron Rodgers, obviously, no one knows what he's going to do. But allegedly, according to Dan Orlovsky, the great Dan Orlovsky, he will re-sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's just a formality, we're led to believe. Hassan Reddick, who knows with him. Deebo Samuel's the interesting one. He was obviously the big name on campus at one point. Everyone wanted a Deebo Samuel, the gadget wide receiver / running back, but now he's declined quite badly. Still a good player, but not the Deebo of old. Bradley Chubb, well, we know Bradley Chubb and Nick Chubb's cousin. Both are actually free agents this year. He went from the Broncos to the Miami Dolphins, but I still think he's got some life left in those legs, but he's not going to have the same impact as he once did. As you can see, there's a lot of people here. White Teller still allegedly is somebody the Giants are looking at. Geno Smith allegedly, again, is the favourite to land in New York with the Jets, so that'll be interesting. And Rock Ya-Sin here at the end with the Lions. We'll see where he ends up as well. How old is Bradley Chubb? Bradley Chubb is still 29, so he's still got a long way to go. Rasheed Walker, very, very, I'm not going to say he's an elite tackle, but he's still a serviceable tackle. And, we do need tackles. So even if he's not a starter, he will still be a serviceable tackle. So I'm surprised that he's still on the market. He's 26. So he won't be there for long, I don't think. Obviously, the top you will see Jamal Dean signed, Kyler Murray available, Daniel Jones has been tagged, and two were signed yesterday with the Atlanta Falcons. A good move for them whilst Michael Penix Jr. is out on injury. Money committee 1.32 billion, sign tag 211, still available 663. So let's see who is some of the signings. Some of the big signings, shall we? Jamal Dean, he's signed for the Pittsburgh Steelers yesterday. Tua, obviously, we spoke about. Alec Pierce, who started the frenzy yesterday, I still believe he overpaid. He's getting 29 million a year. He's getting a 120 million 4-year guaranteed contract, not guaranteed, 4-year contract. I believe it's 80 million guaranteed. That's a big move, which then saw Michael Pittman Jr. Move to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and that came through. Actually, I believe the Steelers got Michael Pittman Jr. and a seventh round pick in exchange for a 6th round pick going back to the Colts. Let's have a look here. I think I got it here. Yeah, so Steelers get wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. and a 7th round pick. Colts get a 6th round pick. Pittman gets a 3-year, 59 million deal to join Pittsburgh. Now, I'm a big fan of Michael Pittman Jr. I'm a huge fan of his. I think that he's been incredible. He's been, if you looked at the Pat McAfee show yesterday, Pat McAfee did a speech about how impactful Michael Pittman Jr. had been in the locker room with the Colts. He was a player that everyone wanted. Like, when everyone was like, if you remember, Andrew Richardson left the game one game because he tapped out. That's not Michael Pittman's style. He is a dog, and he's in there. He's battling. He's picking fights. He's the kind of player you want on a team. And I think he's going to be a great fit for Mike McCarthy and the Pittsburgh Steelers. If Aaron Rodgers is coming back. He will have, Pittman, Dowell, DK Metcalf. He's got some, some players there, shall we say. I will never get used to the name Washington Commanders. I'm old school NFL. There you go. No, I know it's weird, isn't it? I know it is weird. I close that down there. So Panthers just announced Panthers are releasing to 10 defensive tackle Sean Robinson as well. So that's one gone there. So then we had Tyler Linderbaum going, obviously to the Raiders from Baltimore. I think his average is, what's his average? 27 million a year. I think Creed Humphreys, if I believe I'm correct, is the next highest paid center on 18 million average a year. So that was a bit of a, you can debate it. Why did he go there? Well, because the Raiders had the money, and he's going to fit into the scheme there with the Raiders, with Clint Kubiak, what he wants to play. He wants a mobile center. He wants a mobile O-line. So I think that is a must. If you're going to draft Fernando Mendoza number 1 overall, which they're obviously going to do, you need to protect him. So to as some would say, overpay, which you only pay what the market allows you to pay. So Tyler ending up there is really good for Fernando Mendoza. Jackson Prowse, I forget how to say his full name. He is actually, I'll look it up because I need to look at. I keep butchering this one up. Las Vegas Raiders, because he is Jackson Powers Johnson. Sorry, so Jackson Powers Johnson. He came in originally. They were sliding it between center and guard. Last season he played guard, and people wanted to play center, but now he will be back at guard, and I think that's a good move. I mean, they got a really good. They started to build a really good O line with the Raiders, and if you've got a young quarterback there, you have to have it. So spend every penny you can is my advice to the Raiders on that O line. Otherwise, we see what's happened to other players in the league where they bring in a rookie, don't surround him with good players, and they always end up injured. So good move there by the Raiders, in my opinion. Obviously, Jalen Watson ends up over with the Rams from Chiefs. Obviously, 2 quarterbacks now gone over. One was traded. McDuffie was traded early last week, and now we got Jalen Watson going over as well. 17 million a year average. So the cornerback room has just got a lot stronger there in LA, and there's some work to be done for the Chiefs, obviously, in the draft, I imagine. James Pierre, another cornerback, gone to the Minnesota Vikings from Pittsburgh. Oh, this is annoying. Jalen Phillips, which for me, this has been the surprise of the free agency so far. No one saw this coming. Everyone said he's going back to the Eagles. And the Eagles were really keen to re-sign him. But Jalen Phillips ended up going to the Panthers on a 4-year deal, $30 million a year average, so 120 million over 4 years, which is huge. Good luck to him. I mean, fantastic news for him. I just didn't see it, and no one saw it, I don't think. So there you go. That's another player off there. Again, if you're on Twitter, on X, and you're watching, happy days. Say hello. I believe your chats do come through. But if you're on replay or on X, come over to YouTube. We are here. You can comment. We have got some people in the chat. They are friendly. They don't bite. So say hello. And please remember to like and please subscribe to the channel. That would really help me out. Thank you very much. Montaric Brown re-signs with the Jaguars. He was a bit of a priority for them, allegedly. I thought Devin Lloyd would be a priority, but apparently Montaric Brown was their priority. They've done some changes. Maryland, don't you worry. They'll be a lot stronger. The Panthers and Steelers will be a lot stronger next season. My player I made some videos about was Jermaine Elimno. He was with the Giants. He re-signs with the Giants, 13 million a year average, and he signed for 3 years, 39 million. He obviously came over from the Raiders. He started off with the Baltimore Ravens, with Harbaugh, and then I believe he went to the Patriots, then the Raiders, and then he's now been with New York. He wants to go back to New York. He's one of the best right tackles in the league, so it was important they re-signed him for Jackson Dart's own development. They needed him there. Him and Andrew Thomas on either side as a bookends is a good move by the Giants. Mike Evans, obviously, he is signed from the Tampa Bay to the 49ers. Sarah P is loving life. I was quite surprised that he left. I thought he would want to stay there. Some players want to stay in their original teams and not to move. I didn't know this about Mike Evans. His home base is in Houston, and that's where he stays in the off season. He doesn't stay in. Oops, there you go. Chappie, what's up, bro? Just here to show some support to your channel. Thank you very much. Blood Eagles, me Eagle. I love that. Blood Eagles, me Eagle. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I can't say that. I'll have to call you Blood because I can't say that too much. Now that confuses me because isn't that I can't properly see, but isn't that an eagle? Not an eagle, sorry. Is that not a Vikings in your profile picture and you go eagle in your name? You confuse me. But thank you, my friend. I really appreciate you being here. Then Con McGovern obviously re-signed with the Buffalo Bills. Someone Josh Allen obviously wanted, so that was an important part for him to be re-signed there to keep that continuity going. Because if you've got a centre and a QB pairing, if you remember Tom Brady, the centres, AQ Shipley used to say that Tom's very, very, anal about his centres having a towel on them and this and that and how they held the ball and things. So, centres like a best friend for a QB. So that's an important move for them to re-sign. I think Josh Allen will be very happy with that one. And some of these names, as you can see, Cordale Float. We went through some of these yesterday. Josh Jobe, Eric Stokes re-signed, Quay Walker. I mean, the Raiders again. Eric Stokes, they re-signed. Quay Walker goes over there. Where's the other one? I forget his name now. We'll get onto that on the next page now. Big moves here. Malik Willis obviously goes to the Dolphins. I don't know what people think about that because he's got no snaps really in the league, but he was seen as the best quarterback in free agency. So we'll see how that works out for them. Good luck to Malik. He's getting paid the bag, and we all want to see people get paid the bag on that. And we've said on many other videos how Jeff Hafley and the Miami Hierarchy, they know Malik Willis better than everybody. So, an actually interesting fact, I did not know this until I heard about it today on the Pat McAfee show, that John Robinson, the ex-Titans GM, he is actually in Miami right now as part of their leadership team over there. So he was the one that actually drafted Malik Willis. So between the three of them, the GM, John Robinson, and Jeff Hafley, the head coach, they know Malik Willis better than anybody. So there's no real excuse here if it doesn't work out. Obviously, nothing is a sure thing. But, I spoke about, here we go, breaking news. Jordan Schultz is saying Braden Smith is finalizing a deal with the Texans, per source. So there you go. He stays in the AFC. He moves from the Colts to the Texans. Good luck to him. As I say, I have an affiliation. Affiliation, whatever. I like the guy. I like him, Braden Smith. So he goes over to the Texans. So best of luck to him over there in team, in division, move there. So Kenneth Walker III obviously go to the Chiefs. The Chiefs become stronger, but they have, obviously got rid of a lot of players on the defense. So it was a good sign for him. I am still surprised that Seattle got rid of him. But, well, to be fair, it's breaking news on the El Chapi Sports Show, but not quite. It's not my breaking news, but we'll still break the news anyway, because if you're watching, it's still breaking news. So I'll break it. Jordan Schultz was the one that broke it, but we'll take claim as well. I'm sure he's not going to say anything to us. Alontae Taylor goes to the Titans. Well, Titans made several big moves. So, in other words, Adam Schefter's also confirmed now. So, I got it out there before Adam Schefter, though. So, I'll take that. I actually got the news out before Adam Schefter, which is a surprise. So, the contract details is Braden Smith reached agreement with Houston Texans on a 2-year, $25 million deal, including $13.5 million fully guaranteed. So, that's a good amount for him. He's a really good tackle, and that's a good deal for both parties, I think. Anyway, you see, if you stay here with the El Chapi Sports Show, it's all breaking news. There you go. Thank you, Jen. Obviously, yeah. So Titans spent in free agency, and they needed to. They had the money, and the Raiders had the money, so they needed to spend, and spend they did. We obviously saw Kobe Bryant go over to the Bears because they had some the bare necessity, I was trying to say, but it did come out well. Travis Etienne as well. He leaves the Jaguars after being with Trevor Lawrence for the last 8 years. They have now separated for the first time, which is quite sad. He's gone over to the Saints. The Saints never make a splash in free agency, but they did this year. Why? Because they have the cap space, they have the money, because Tyler Shuck is still on a rookie contract and they can spend. So they got a small window, they got a 2-3 year window where they can really spend big on other players before they presumably spend big money on Tyler Shuck. Yeah, as you can see, there's a lot more players here as well. I'm not going to go through everything here, but yeah, big money spenders. Right, let's see more team-specific ones. There are some here now. I'll go through per team. Now, this isn't quite up to date, but it is fairly up to date, I believe. So let me just double check something here. Double check. Where is he gone? It's Quay Walker. I forgot earlier on. Sorry. Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. The bare necessities. I'm trying to look here. I will just go through it. We'll go through it now. Let me get this on screen here now. So we'll do with every team. Let's go through this. We'll go through every team to see what they've signed already. And we'll go first of all, see what position is available. So first of all, Malik Willis signed with the Miami Dolphins. Aaron Rodgers expected to go to Pittsburgh, but still not there yet. Daniel Jones. Apparently, the Colts offered Daniel Jones, I believe, a 3-year, $101 million contract similar to Sam Darnold. He turned it down because he wants a contract near $50 million a year, which I think is bonkers. I think that's crazy. I don't think he's worth that amount. But quarterback markets these days, you just don't know anymore, But you look at Malik Willis, he's going for an average of $22.25 million a year. Daniel Jones wanted $50 million. I'm not sure about that one. But he would have been paid something like 30, 60, 90, just under 34 million he would have got per year average. But yeah, he was close to 50. I mean, 40, I could see. 50, I think, is a stretch. Kyler Murray, as we know, as we said, allegedly he's not released yet from the Cardinals, so watch this space for him to gone to Atlanta Falcons. Russell Wilson, I don't know where he's going to be, where he's going to end up. what team wants him. Do you know what I mean? Unless you put him in a room with someone like Fernando Mendoza as a backup quarterback, he might be good for Fernando. I think they would probably gel quite well together, but I'm not really sure that, I don't know with that one. Marcus Mariota re-signed with the Washington Commanders, 1 year, $7 million. Geno Smith allegedly will be heading towards, or is the favourite to become the Jets quarterback next year. Tyler Huntley re-signed with the Baltimore Ravens, 2 years, up to $11 million. Tyrod Taylor, not heard any news on him. Kenny Pickett, this was a surprise. He ends up in Carolina Panthers, 1 year, up to $7.5 million. Now, if you remember the 2022 draft, he went to the Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe, pick 20. But there was talk about Kenny Pickett going to the Panthers at pick 8. And lots of people believed that he was going to go to the Panthers then. But obviously they didn't. I think at the time, a lot of people had the quarterbacks very high in that first round, but ended up Pickett went 1, and I don't think any other quarterback went until the 3rd round then. So, or maybe there was some quarterbacks in the 2nd round. Potentially, I don't remember off the top of my head, but anyway, most of them went in the 3rd round, even though they predicted some of them to go in the 1st round. So it was a very weak QB class. So Jimmy Garoppolo, we don't know. Is he going to stay with the Rams? Is he going to go to the Cardinals? I don't think he's going to the Cardinals anymore. Not since Gardner Minshew signed with the Arizona Cardinals, and then Sam Howell is also on the market. There have been moves on other players as well, which we'll get into in a second. So that's a QB market. We've got running back here. We've got Kenneth Walker. We spoke about some of these. Kenneth Walker to the Kansas City Chiefs. Breece Hall to the Jets, staying there. ETN to the Saints. Rico Dowdle, who I thought the Panthers would re-sign, but no, they just let him go, which surprised me a little bit, if I'm being honest with you. He went to the Pittsburgh Steelers. 2 years, $12.25 million. Tyler Allgeier went to Arizona Cardinals. Javonte Williams to the Dallas Cowboys. Najee Harris, he's coming back from injury, but still no news where he was going to end up. J.K. Dobbins re-signed with the Denver Broncos. That was an important move. He gels well in with the Broncos. Sean Payton's offense, him there with Bo Nix is important, I think. Rashad White, not heard anything about him. Kenneth Gainwell signs with the Buccaneers. Brian Robinson, not heard anything. Zaya Pacheco just signed about an hour ago or less than that, probably. Yeah, about an hour ago to the Detroit Lions. So they'll have the 1-2 punch over there in Detroit. And then Joe Mixon. Heard nothing about Joe Mixon. He's coming off big injury, so I don't know where he's going to end up or if he's going to end up anywhere. You've got to remember some of these players might not be picked up this week. They might go on further even into the season. If they don't get the money they want, someone like Joe Mixon might say, "Do you know what? I'm not going to sign with anyone until the season begins," and then sign somewhere. And then we got Jeremy McNichols, heard nothing. Kareem Hunt, Raheem Mostert, Nick Chubb, not heard anything about any of them. It would not surprise me if Nick Chubb ended up back with the Texans. Wide receivers, Jordan Pickens, obviously franchise tagged before free agency. Alec Pierce to the Colts. Stephon Diggs, we don't know yet until his criminal case is done. Mike Evans with the 49ers. Tyreek Hill, apparently he might be going back to the Chiefs, but heard nothing depending on his injury. Rashid Shaheed re-signed with the Seahawks. Romeo Doubs, not heard anything yet. Wan'Dale Robinson, like we all knew he was going back. He was going to go sign to the Titans. Brian Daboll moves from the Giants to the Titans, and Robinson follows suit. Christian Kirk, he set the free agency market back in 2022 when he went from the Cardinals to the Jaguars, but he is now with the Houston Texans. He has been, but he's not signed anywhere. He would probably be a good wide receiver 3 for a team. Keenan Allen, I think he probably wants to go back to the Chargers, and some people might think he might even retire if he doesn't get the money he wants. DeAndre Hopkins, I'm still surprised he's still around. He probably still wants to go to Super Bowl, uh, challenging team, but he's not the DeAndre Hopkins of old, as we all know by now. Jalen Naylor signed with the Raiders, 3 years, $35 million. Daniel Mooney not gone anywhere yet. Tyquan Thornton re-signed with the Kansas City Chiefs. I think that's an important signing for them because he brings a bit of stability as well there. Calvin Austin third, Marquise Brown, Brandon Cooks, no sign, or Tim Patrick, Jalen Tolbert, or Tutu Atwell, and then obviously Olamide Zaccheaus, I can't say that, gone to the Falcons, and Kendrick Bourne signed with the Arizona Cardinals, 2 years, $11.47 million. Again, thank you for everyone for being here, whether you're on Twitter or whether you're here on YouTube. If you are on Twitter, come over to YouTube, come and talk to people in the chat here. It's quiet at the minute, but there are people here. Please give me a like on the video, and if you can subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate it. I'm not saying I'm perfect or get the best content, but I am trying, and your support means the world to me. So if you could do that, I would be very grateful. Whilst I take a sip of water, I will do my thingy here. So this is the transition. That's a nice transition. There you go. Thank you, Sarah P. Thank you, Jen. I like the transition. Thank you. I try to have something because I'm trying to be a bit more professional here than my other channel. So we're on to the tight ends right now. Hang on, what's I do there? The tight ends. So most of this we knew. Kyle Pitts, they're going to wait to see how he transitions under new head coach before they give him a big contract or release him. Dallas Goedert, interesting where he ends up. Travis Kelce, well, I mean, everyone knew that he was going back to the Kansas City Chiefs, 1 year, $12 million. Bieniemy loves him. He loves Bieniemy, the new OC in Kansas. So, yeah, it's good. Isaiah Likely has gone to New York Giants. He followed Harbaugh over there, his previous head coach with the Baltimore Ravens, 3 years and $40 million. I wish you'd go and you don't like Travis Kelce, and I saw your other comment as well. Definitely more professional here. I know I can't lose this channel too quickly. I wish you'd go ahead and retire. I'm sick of him. Or are you sick of Taylor Swift? Which one is it? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Breaking news again, and I had this. I told you this. The Raiders are trading 2-time Pro Bowl Geno Smith, quarterback, to the Jets. Geno is back in New York. So we had that here on the El Chappie Sports Show. I told you all he's going to the Jets, and he's going to the Jets. He's actually been traded, not So obviously he wasn't officially released. Same as Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's not officially released, which means that a team could come in and trade. Thursday they would be officially released, but that is, we had that on the nose for 8 days ago. We said that he would be the favourite. I'm glad that came to fruition because we had that. I am so happy with that one. That was pretty obvious when the obviously when the Raiders said but it's a bit concerning because the Raiders were going to release him whatever happens. So they're paying most of his contract, if not pretty much all of it. I haven't seen the details yet. Schefter will probably tweet that out. We had this breaking news before Schefter anyway. So, and the Patriots are signing, thanks to Jordan Schultz, the Patriots are signing former Packers wide receiver Romeo Doubs to a 3-year, $60 million deal. I hate that. I hate that deal. I hate that deal. So Romeo Doubs is going from the Green Bay Packers to the Patriots, 3 years, $60 million, average of $20 million per year. I don't like him. I think he's okay, but I'm not a big fan of his. Damn. Okay, he got the bag as well. I'm surprised with that one with the Patriots. I am really surprised with that one. Wow. We had that one out before Schefter as well. So I'm just saying, just come here and we'll have some stuff out for you. Um, so yeah, I wonder why they let him go from the Raiders, because the Raiders let Geno Smith go. They're paying him however much they're paying him. I don't remember how much they're paying him, but Sport Dak could probably tell us. But they still want a veteran in the room. But why can't you put him in the room? Is it because he's like, there's no way I will be a backup? So does he not see himself as a backup? Does he see himself as a starter? And he's like, get me out of here. Would he be too disruptive in that room? So Dan Orlovsky says he loves it for New England Patriots. I hate it. Dan loves it. I'm not saying I hate. I'm not a big fan of Romeo Dobbs, and I see him go to the Patriots. Not a massive fan. And for people wondering, someone in North Carolina loves me. That person is right here, Marilyn, or as we know her, Jen. She's here. So there you go. Those are two moves. As we said earlier on in the stream, no surprise there on those. Romeo Dobbs is a surprise. I didn't expect him to go to the Patriots, but everything else is a surprise. Let's get into the tight end market. Then Kyle Pitts, franchise tag, as I say, Dallas Goedert, Travis Kelsey, Isaiah Likely gone, David Njoku. I'm not sure what he's going to do because he's been the Cleveland Browns for about 9 years, so that'll be interesting. Um, so yeah, I don't know where he's going to end up going. If he's going to go back, or I don't think he is because he wrote a letter to say goodbye. So I don't know. I can't say this name, so I'll say Okonkwo. I don't know where he's going. Charlie Collar, obviously signed with the Chargers 3 years. I'm put off by this. I'm thrown by the Dobbs news. I'm not thrown by the Geno news. I'm thrown by the Dobbs news, though. So Collar goes to the Chargers, 3 years, 24.3 million. Austin Hooper resigns, well, not resigns, sorry, he signs to the Atlanta Falcons 1 year, 3.25 million. Obviously, we got Darren Waller. I'm not sure if he's going to come back and play or not, but we'll see. Watch this space. John Smith, Will Disley, Mercedes Lewis. We don't know. Chris Mannertz re-signed with the New York Giants on a 1 year contract. Tackles, we know Jermaine Elimino to the New York Jets. There's a lot of good players left here. Rashid Walker, we spoke about. Taylor Deck, I'm surprised he's still on the market. Braden Smith, obviously going to the Houston Texans. And then you got some others here. I see Jack Conklin there, but Jonah Williams is an interesting one. I do see Jonah Williams more as a guard than a tackle. So interesting. Obviously, some big names here. Last night fell. We had Elijah Veriteka go to the New England Patriots. Now, that was a move I loved. 3 years, 42 million. It could rise to about 45 million, I believe. That is really going to help the offensive line there. And Will Campbell is going to be ecstatic with this move because he's got a veteran stood right next to him. So that's, they had two rookies at guard and tackle. The Patriots did. Now having hopefully a healthy Elijah Veriteka at guard to help Will Campbell, that's huge. So that's a good move for them. I think their O-line in the coming year is going to be better than last year's O-line. Joe Bitonio, I can't see him go anywhere except for the Browns. I see him like Joe Thomas. Joe Thomas played 13 years with the Browns. Joe Bitonio, I can't see him going anywhere else, except for the Browns. I said that about Mike Evans. I did not expect Mike Evans to leave Tampa Bay either, so I could be wrong. You can see some of the other names there. Wyatt Teller is some of the Giants I've been interested in as well. Mekhi Becton, or Super Bowl winning Mekhi Becton. Where's he going to end up? He's a big lump. He was picked number 11 in the, was it 2021, 2022 draft, whichever one it was, 2021 draft, I believe. He was picked number 11 to the Jets. Then he went to the Eagles, won a Super Bowl there, and then obviously was it with the Chargers last year. But it is what it is. Thank you, Katie. Pop in to give you a like. Go Lions. Thank you, Katie, and thank you again. I got them here in the box. Katie bought me a gift for the new channel. She bought me headphones because my previous headphones finished. So she got me new headphones. It's still in the box. And my coffee grinder is out in the kitchen. So thank you again, Katie, for your support, as always, my darling. We've also got Tevin Jenkins. He was a beast, and I don't understand why he hasn't made it in the league. He's really struggled with the Bears. So maybe a new spot, new opportunity might help him. I like as well Austin Corbett. I liked Austin Corbett pre-injury. Again, he started off with the Browns. He went over to the Rams, won a Super Bowl with the Rams, and then went over to the Panthers. Then once he got paid, he got injured and not quite been the same player since. But I hope he gets his career back on track. I do like Austin Corbett. He was 34th pick in the 2018 draft, I believe. Same draft as Baker Mayfield. So I think it was 2018. So he was the 34th pick for the Cleveland Browns. Oh no, it wasn't, because Nick Chubb was pick 34. I think he was pick 38. I gotta look now. He was pick 38, I believe, or 39. Is it Austin Corbett? Let's have a look here to test my memory here. Let's have a look here. He was drafted pick 33. Okay, so I was wrong on all counts. Let's take a look at the draft to see where Nick Chubb was drafted then. Because I believe he was in the same draft. Thank you, Katie. I do appreciate it, though. Because the Cleveland Browns got Baker Mayfield pick 1. They then had another pick, Denzel Ward, pick 4. Then they went 33. Oh, I wasn't too far off. 33 was Austin Corbett, and 35 was Nick Chubb. So, oops, my bad. I had 34 Nick Chubb, but used 35, and Austin Corbett was 33. So they're pretty much back to back there. So 32. So he was first. Austin Corbett was the first pick of the day 2 draft in 2018, and Nick Chubb was the third pick in day 2 of the 2018 draft. See, my memory's not too bad. Dylan Rodens as well. He was with the Titans, I believe. I'm not sure where he is now or where he was. Let's have a look where he was. He was seen as a potential replacement for left tackle. Rodens. Because he came from the same university as Carson Wentz, I believe. He came from North Dakota State. He was drafted to the Titans, pick 53 overall. Okay. And last year he played with the Saints. So there you go. So just see where he ends up then on that one. Centers available. We spoke about Tyler Linderbaum and Connor McGovern already. Andre James is available. Lloyd Cushbury is available. Tyler's gone to the Chargers. Cade May's gone to the Lions to replace Glasgow. And then Ethan Pocic. Can't say that. Obviously, the biggest name left is Trey Hendrickson. We don't know where he's going to be. Joey Bosa, he's, I won't say past it, but he's not the player he was. His brother over there with the 49ers, Nick Bosa. Bang, bang, Niners gang, Sarah P. Khalil Mack's re-signed to Devon Clowney. I'm not sure where he's going to end up. And there's some of these names. I'm quite surprised with Kid Quitty Pay signed with the Raiders. He didn't quite make it with the Colts. I still think he's an okay player. But I still don't think he's going to be that dynamic. Paul Miller says he will come back and play if he can, if he gets the right deal, because he still feels like he can play. Bradley Chubb is, again, he's 29 years old, so he's still got some legs, some energy in those legs. Interior defender, any names? I mean, if Calais Campbell comes back, that'll be a surprise. Yeah, John Franklin Myers was a good signing for the Titans. I did not expect that, but it is good. Again, I'll say it again. The one that stands out is Christian Wilkins. He's an odd one. He's a great player, but apparently he's not very good in the locker room. He was released by the Raiders, and there's some stuff going on in the background there. So watch this space, I think. And Khyiris Tonga is a really good signing for the Kansas City Chiefs. Surprised the Patriots didn't get something done there. 3 years, 21 million. Linebacker, this one's an interesting one. Devonport Lloyd. I'm surprised that Jaguars let him go, but great signing for the Panthers. They are really getting it together in terms of their defense. Obviously, we saw earlier on that they went for Jalen Phillips, 4 years, 120 million. And then you obviously got Devin Lloyd, 3 years, 45 million. And Kobe Dean going to the Raiders alongside Quay Walker go to the Raiders. Again, good deals for both. I think, and one of my favourite players, Alex Anzalone, as we said on yesterday's stream, he goes to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He lives in the off season in Tampa Bay, and he wanted to stay there, even though there was interest from other teams like the Giants. And obviously, Tremaine Edmonds was, not a shock to the Giants, but I expected him to go somewhere. He's still got it. He's still dynamic. I wanted him in Tennessee with the Titans, but it didn't quite end up like that. So, yes. And the other one, Quincy Williams. I really like Quincy Williams. I had hoped he would maybe go to the Dallas Cowboys to be with his brother, Quinnen Williams. He's been outshone a little bit by his brother, Quinnen Williams. Quincy Williams is a great player, and 2 years up to 17 million there. I think he's a really good player. I'm glad. I want him to leave the Jets because I want him to leave a dumpster fire, but he goes into another dumpster fire with the Browns. So, if there's one team like if you're leaving the Jets, the last team you want to go to is somewhere like the Browns, and he ends up going to the Browns, and vice versa. If you're leaving the Browns, you don't want to go to the Jets. Do you know what I mean? So, or you think. So the quarterbacking market, we spoke about them already. Obviously, the few signings around here. Same with safety. There's not, much I can add to any of those things. So, as we said, Gardner Minshew's coming in to back up in Arizona. Try to look here to see Buffalo Bills as it come up. No, they don't speak about their new Ireland's gone over there. I wanted to see if there was anything picked up on that one. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, so obviously. Oh, so let's have a look at charges here then. I don't really know why this is not showing in other places. Some free agency here. Cole Strange, 2 years, 30 million. This is an interesting one because he was drafted 29th overall by the New England Patriots, and he did not work out there. If you remember, Sean McVay and Les Snead in the Rams were laughing because they were thinking of drafting him in the hundreds with the Rams. I think I picked 103 or 105. I think it's 103. So they couldn't believe it. He went 29th overall. Did not work out there. He went over to the Cleveland Browns, went on the practice squad there, and ended up last season with the Miami Dolphins. So Mike McDaniel obviously is now the OC with the Chargers, so he will know Cole Strange. So Cole Strange is going over there, and he will be on one side, possibly right guard. And Trevor Penning comes over. He'll be slotted in as guard as well, I believe, because Rashawn Slater, Joe Alt are the tackles. So I imagine Trevor Penning will go alongside Tyler Beards as well there. So that's a better O-line then for them. Let's see some of the signings here. So San Francisco, they were kicker Eddie Pinheiro signs a 4-year, $17 million deal. Case Keenum re-signs with the Bears, 2 years, $5.5 million. And again, see some of these signings we know already about. I've discussed it. Garrett Bradbury, obviously part of the trade, goes to the Bears from the Patriots. But obviously, that Wilson is now the center in New England, so that works out fine. The Bears, and then DJ Moore obviously goes to the Bills. So I criticised the Bengals yesterday that they weren't making any moves, and all of a sudden they did sign Boye Mafe and Brian Cook. So I was quite surprised with those moves. They normally don't sign anybody because they're so tight. They still need to sign a lot more to help Joe Burrow. Because otherwise you're wasting his talent, and that's not fair on him. Obviously, they re-signed Dalton Risner. They're keeping the same old line there. So they've extended Dawson Knox to a 3-year contract. Re-signed punter Mitch Wischkowski. Anyway, I won't go into that. They have signed Kyle Allen on a 2-year, $4.1 million. If people don't know, he is one of Josh Allen's best friends. So essentially, Kyle Allen, Sam Darnold, and Josh Allen, they used to train all the time together. They came in the same draft. They became close. I think they spent a lot of time in the off-season together. So one of Allen's best friends is now a backup quarterback, which means why Mitch Trubisky could then go over to the Titans. So that makes sense. And obviously, he's a cheaper option than what Mitch Trubisky was. So yeah, and also they also sign another quarterback, but it's not here. Let's just down here. Shane something, I forget his name now. But they sign another quarterback as well to be third string, I imagine. So a fairly strong QB room next year. Denver Broncos, obviously, they've just re-signed a lot of their own guys. If you see here, re-signed Alex Singleton, J.K. Dobbins, Sam Ehlinger, Adam Trotman, Justin Strunard, Alex Palzowski. Their own players. They like to keep their own players. They like the Colts in that way. So Sam Ehlinger will be QB3, I imagine, next year. So gets another 1 year, $2 million. He was offered the opportunity to go back to the Colts this year when Daniel Jones got injured, but he declined it and wanted to stay in Denver with the Broncos because I think he likes Sean Payton and can learn a lot more from him. So Cleveland Browns, as you can see, Quincy Williams, 2 years, $17 million. Also, surprising, not surprising, first round pick with the Chargers a few years ago. Zion Johnson, guard, signs a 3-year, $49.5 million contract with the Browns. They probably overpaid because the Chargers won't pay or something, because why else would you go to the Browns? Obviously, Titus Howard was traded there as well. He gets a 3-year, $63 million contract there. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, as we know, Alex Anzalone, Kenneth Gainwell, and then Cade Otton resigns. Cardinals, they've signed Kendrick Bourne, Roy Lopez, Isaac Semulo, and obviously Gardner Minshew to become the backup next year, 1 year, $5.75 million. They signed Tyler Allagier. I can't get and say that name. Punter, re-signed punter Blake Gillikin, and re-signed kicker Chad Ryland. Los Angeles Chargers, I spoke about already. Oh, who's that? Re-signed defensive tackle Tia Tart, 3 years, $30 million. Kansas City Chiefs, re-signed wide receiver Taquan Thornton, we spoke about, and some of these we've already spoken about. Kenneth Walker, Travis Kelce, Trent McDuffie. What a haul was that? Trent McDuffie to the Rams for 2026 pick number 29 in this year's draft. 2026 this year, which is fifth rounder, which is pick number 168. A 2026 sixth round, which is pick 210, and a 2027 future third round pick as well. That's a haul. I think both sides are very happy, but I would lean towards maybe the Chiefs got the better deal, but only time will tell on that one. Indianapolis Colts, they signed Titan Arden Key, 2 years, 20 million. Traded wide receiver Michael Pittman Jr. Re-signed Alec Pierce. Re-signed kicker Blake Group for about $1 million, I believe, for a 1-year deal. Traded Zaire Franklin to the Packers, but in exchange got Colby Wooden, and then they transitioned Daniel Jones. Commanders been doing some move. Washington Commanders have signed defensive tackle Tim Settle, Odafe Oweh, Marcus Mariota re-signed, Amik Robertson, Laramie Tunsil got an extension, some more guaranteed money, and a big, I think, 32.5 million signing bonus as well this year. Re-signed Treylon Burks for 1 year, 4 million. I believe he used to be with the Titans. I think he was, I think Treylon Burks was pick number 16 for the Titans. Let's have a look here. And he was there to replace AJ Brown when he was traded. Treylon Burks. Now let's test my memory. Treylon Burks here. He was a first round 18th pick. I said 16th. He was pick number 18 with the Titans. He played the Titans 2022 to 2025, then went into the Commanders last year. Then we got, where's it gone here? Jake Moody signs kicker, re-signed Dietrich Wise, Shai Tuttle, Nick Algretti was signed to a 2-year contract, and then re-signed Andrew Wiley, 2 years, 7.5 million. Dallas Cowboys re-signed Sam Williams, defensive end, 1 year, 3 million. Signed Jaden Thompson, 3 years, 33 million. Traded for, now, if you remember, the Russia. So this is a what's going on moment, because Rashan Gary put a tweet out there thanking the Packers for his time there when he was announced that he was going to be released. Then he pulled it down, and there were people saying, actually, he's not been released. We all knew he's been released, but then the Packers started negotiating with Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys, and they gave up a 4th round pick for him. I can stand giving a pick up for him, like a 7th, but literally the Packers are going to release him anyway. So why didn't they just give him a 7th or a 6th if other teams were interested? To give up a 4th rounder for him, I'm not sure why I would do that. But Dallas have been the Dallas, I suppose. They have tendered kicker Brandon Aubrey. Franchise tag George Pickens still trying to work on a contract there. TJ Bass, guard, was tendered, and they re-signed running back Javonte Williams. Miami Dolphins re-signed tight end Greg Dulcich, signed Malik Willis, and then traded safety Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Jets for a 2026 7th round pick. So that's where we're at with all that so far. Whilst I go on to the next junction, again, if you're on X, please say hello. And if you feel like it, come over to YouTube, give the stream a like, and also subscribe to the channel. The Philadelphia Eagles extended defensive tackle Jordan Davis, 3 years, 78 million. The problem, and I said this in previous videos, the problem that the Eagles have is they draft so well that they can't afford to keep all their players. So Reed Blankenship's obviously gone as well, and there's a few others. I'm not sure what they're going to do with AJ Brown. It's literally they drafted so well over the course of a few years, especially on defense. It was Georgia EU basically. It was every player from Georgia would go there. That you can't pay them all, so you know it's good. It's good. So, um, but they will redraft well again. But they haven't. Yeah. I'm not sure what they're going to do. Transition and attention getting nicely done. Thank you. I appreciate that, Jen. I appreciate it. Like the Falcons and the new regime over there, Kevin Stefanski, he's got a certain style to play. I'm surprised. I'm not a massive fan of what they've done so far, but we'll see. They've signed Christian Harris, signed QB Tua. That's the only place that made sense for Tua being a left-hander. Because Michael Penix Jr. is also a left-hander, so that makes total sense why he went there, and he probably will start the season there, and they don't have to change anything because he is a left-hander. Signed defensive end Cameron Thomas, Jahan Dotson signs there. Jake Bailey comes over from the Miami Dolphins to a 3-year, $9 million contract. He was with the Patriots, went to Miami, and now is with the Falcons. Nick Folk, as a kicker, comes over as well. He signs a 2-year contract there. They signed Austin Hooper from the Patriots. Zacchaeus, I can't say that name, but he's a wide receiver. He was one of the first players signed in free agency. Kyle Pitts, we know, is on franchise tag. New York Giants, Greg Newsome II signed today. 1-year, $8 million contract with the Giants. He went from the Cleveland Browns, and I believe he went over to the Jaguars this season in a trade, and he's now on at the Giants. Darius Washington signs as well, the safety there. Re-signs right tackle Jermaine Demuir. He was born in London, in England, and that was a correct move to do. 3 years, $39 million. They also signed Tremaine Edmonds. We know Jordan Stout and Isaiah Likely. Jacksonville Jaguars have re-signed Monteric Brown and re-signed tight end Quintin Morris. So we'll see what they do today and tomorrow, and also in the draft. I think they like to draft. New York Jets re-signed fullback Andrew Beck, signed Dane Belton. They were quite active in fairness. David Onimeta, DeMario Davis, Kingsley, Inagbe, Joseph Osai. They extended Fitzpatrick from the Miami Dolphins to 3 years, $40 million. Traded for, there you go, because they traded for him. Franchise tag Breece Hall and traded Jermaine Johnson for Devondre Sweat. Detroit Lions, some moves here. Signed running back Isaiah Pacheco, trade from the Chiefs. Signed Larry Borum to get some more much needed muscle on the O-line. Signed center Cade Mays. Traded David Montgomery, but obviously they got Pacheco here, and they'll also get the Lions also get Juice Scrubs. Hello to you, Dave. I'm only doing a short stream today, Dave, but we've been talking about the Bears, and Marilyn likes the Bears as well, and Dave is our resident Bears guy here. Sarah said, it sure gets my attention since I'm working too. There you go. Right, there you go. Thank you, everyone, for keeping the stream going. Thank you for a continued chat presence. It does motivate me to keep going. And yeah, how many people have we got? People liking the stream. We've got a few likes. Please keep liking. That would be very beneficial as well. Let's take a look here. No new subscribers. So if you are watching on Twitter, come on over. Please subscribe to the channel. We would be very grateful for that. Let me just do one thing here. Let me for those of you who might be on Twitter and thinking, how do I get over there? Well, what you do is you might just have to type this in. YouTube.com/@ the El Chappy Sports Show, and it's that easy. Just see the Gino move, yes. I'm not sure Fields to be out though, Dave. He might be a backup. He's still got under contract. He may well be gone, but they're still paying him, so they need a backup. So I don't know. I don't know on that one, but he will certainly will not be QB1. That is what we know. Ugh. Green Bay Packers signed Benjamin St-Juste, 2 years, 10 million. Re-signed O-line Darren Kennard. Traded Rashawn Gary. Re-signed Sean Ryan. Traded Colby Wooden, but got Zaire Franklin in his place. So that's a swap with the Colts. And then Chris Brooks, 2 years, 4.8 million running back. Carolina Panthers re-signed defensive line LaBryan Ray, O-line, outside linebacker Thomas Incomm, quarterback Caleb Evans, and cornerback Robert Rochelle. They also signed Devin Lloyd, Kenny Pickett, and Jalen Phillips. So they've been doing some moves. I think they might be concentrating a little bit more on the offense in the draft, maybe. New England Patriots signed Elijah Vera, Reggie Gilliam from the Bills, Jamont Jones, Garrett Bradbury, Tommy DeVito, and obviously we know now from Green Bay Packers wide receiver. Get his name now. Dobbs. Before I go there, breaking news again. The Colts and QB Daniel Jones are in agreement on a new contract. So that's another one for you people. Dobbs went to the Patriots. I don't like it, Dave. 3 years, 60 million. So 20 million average a year. Daniel Jones has just signed a new contract with the Indianapolis Colts. I still don't know what the contract is, but come to the El Chappy Sports Show when you get some breaking news. He is signed with a new contract with the Colts. Once we get the details, I'll let you know. But he is now officially signed, or he will officially sign a new contract. Also, apparently, the Romeo Dobbs one is a 70 million deal over 4 years. Okay. And Geno Smith completed a full circle moment back to where it all began. He gets to reconnect there. Patriots land a big time. Okay. So the trade is the Jets acquire the 2026 7th round pick 228, and quarterback Geno Smith, and the Raiders acquire 2026 6th round pick, which is pick 208. They're estimating that a contract restructure done here involves the Raiders retaining 17.2 million of salary, while the Jets add Smith on a 1-year, 1.3 million deal. So the minimum, they have to put 1.3 million because that's the vet minimum. So the Jets have to pay that, but the rest of the contract will be done by the Raiders. So there you go. So yeah, Romeo Dobbs, apparently it's 4 years, 70 million for Romeo Dobbs. Little bit better. I don't want to be paying 20 plus million for him, but that the average works out a little bit better there. I think it's what is it? Would it be 24, 60, 80 minus 2? So that's about 17. Is it 17.5 million? I'm happy with that. I am happier with that. 17.5 million. Yeah, 17.5 million is. I think if my math is correct, I'm happier with that. I thought we were paying 20 plus million for him a year. I thought that's too much. So 17.5 million for Dobbs. Okay, I can live with that. Considering that PS went for 29 million years, I'm happy with that, 17.5 million. That means they're probably out of the AJ Brown market, which may also make me happy because I think that we would have overpaid for him, but the Patriots would have overpaid for him, which I did not want. So, okay, that makes me happier. I know it's only a saving of 2.5 million per year, but that's a lot in the NFL. Raiders signed Matt Gay, kicker, signed outside linebacker Malcolm Kuntz, signed linebackers Quay Walker and Kobe Dean, both from Green Bay Packers, signed defensive end Quiddy Pay from the Colts, signed wide receiver Jalen Naylor, Tyler Linderbaum, and retained Eric Stokes, but he used to be with the Green Bay Packers. Traded a 2026 sixth to the Bills for cornerback Taron Johnson, and a return of 2026 seventh round pick. Traded defensive end Max Crosby to the Ravens for this year's first round number 14 pick and next year's 2027 first round pick. I'm surprised Kevin Bynes still out there. Yeah, I know, yeah. Rams, obviously, Jalen Watson's gone there, McDuffie's gone there. We spoke about all these. Cameron Curl, Tyler Higbee, and then obviously the big trade with Trent McDuffie and David Quesenberry as well. Mark Cunningham in the house. How are you, sir? Nice to see you, buddy. Nice to see you. What do you think about Dobbs to the Patriots? Marky is a big Patriots fan. Dobbs, I like the Veriteka move, but I'm not sure about it. Well, I prefer the Dobbs move now that it's 17.5 million average. I thought it was 20 plus earlier on, and I was not happy with that. I did think it was a good move. I like him a lot. There you go. Marky's happy, so there you go. I'm happy here, shall we say. I'm not over the moon, but I'm happy here with that. There you go. See everyone, if you're on Twitter, come over because people are chatting. So we've done quite well. We had 41 views, it says, yes, which is good. We've got 5 people here currently, which is good. 8 likes. If you haven't liked the stream, please make sure you like the stream. I would really appreciate that as well. Right, let's get back here now. We've got... okay. Baltimore Ravens obviously signed John Simpson, re-signed QB Tyler Huntley, traded for Max Crosby. New Orleans Saints. I didn't see this till this morning. Noah Fant went to the Saints. I think that's a good sign. He did begin with the Broncos. He was a first-round pick, I believe, number 20 odd something. Let's text my memory again. I'm going to say pick number 21. I'm going to say Noah Fant, pick number 21 in the draft. He was for the Broncos. Let's have a look where he was. See if I can. Noah Fant draft pick. See if I was right. Oh, wrong. 2019. Draft pick. In 2019 he was the 20th pick, not 21st. So I had him down as the 21st pick. He was actually the 20th pick. Thank you, Jen. Don't worry at all. It's fine. Be trying to share on Twitter. You just share I think you just share my one, Jen. Just literally just retweet my one from the El Chappie show, a sports show or something, whatever it's called. What is it actually? I don't even know what it is. My Twitter handle. Oh, actually, it's here, isn't it? My Twitter handle is at El Chappie Sports. So if you don't follow me on there, this is the handle. You can follow me. No, it's fine. Just make sure you follow me on the El Chappy Sports on Twitter, and you can just retweet it from there. So you're all good, Jen. You're all good. So again, welcome everybody that's here. Please make sure you like the stream if you can, please. That would be very beneficial. Thank you very much. And please make sure you subscribe. Still no new subscribers. New Orleans Saints. That's fine. If you do, that's fine. Just retweet from there and the next time. It's all good, my darling. New Orleans Saints, thank you very much, Sarah P. They are, yes, Noah Fant, there was one pick off there. Unfortunately, they signed David Edwards, signed Travis Etienne, Ryan Wright, re-signed John Ridgway as well. Seattle Seahawks, they re-signed Rashid Shaheed, Josh Joby, and Drake Thomas. That's what they re-signed. I'll just have a look to see if there's any more news about the Oh, Mark Cunningham now follows me. Thank you, Marky. I'll follow you back now. Pat McAfee says there are people, or Adam Schefter says there are people out there who believe that Deshaun Watson is going to be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns on opening day. Interesting. Oh, what? Right, false breaking news. Sorry, people. Apparently, the Colts and QB Daniel Jones have made progress on a long-term deal, but have not finalized anything as of right now, per sources. So he still hasn't signed anything. So we were a bit too quick there. No fumbles here. This team's the best. Smash that like button. Thank you very much to you, Dave. Yes, please, everybody, smash it. One person just did, so one person did listen to you, Dave. Thank you very much. And then we got obviously, so the Seahawks there. We got Pittsburgh Steelers. They re-signed defensive tackle Isaiah Otto. I butcher these names, and I apologize. I just don't know how to say some of these names. Rico Dowdle, Jamal Dean, Michael Pittman Jr., who was one of my favorites. Old Panthers, breaking news: Panthers are re-signing linebacker Isaiah Simmons. So Isaiah Simmons, ex-Clemson, ex-Arizona Cardinals, ex-Giants, and previously had been playing for the Panthers, is re-signing. So I shared the channel the other day, but I've been trying to share your post too. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You just press the retweet and you're all good, Jen. So and then Cole Holcomb and Asante Samuel Jr. Resigns there. Houston Texans, obviously Eagles, Reed Blankenship goes there, 3 years, 24.7 million. So that's a really good safety. Houston Texans are building up. They're doing well this season, this off season. They get Dominique Robinson as well. They re-sign Sheldon Rankins, Ed Ingram, EJ Speed, extend Dalton Schultz, and extend Daniel Hunter on a 1 year, $40 million contract. Re-signed MJ Stewart, re-signed right tackle Trent Brown, traded the 2026 fourth round pick, number 128, and the 2027 seventh round pick, along with O-line Juice Scruggs, to the Lions for their running back David Montgomery, and they traded their right tackle Titus Howard to the Browns for a 2026 fifth round pick, which is number 140 from the Las Vegas Raiders. So I think the Houston Texans are going to be a team to watch this year. So Tennessee Titans, they had a really good free agency as well. They went with Josh Williams, Austin Schlottman, Cordell Volson, Alontae Taylor, Cordell Flott, John Franklin Myers, Wan'Dale Robinson, Daniel Bellinger, again from the Giants, QB Mitchell Trubisky, who was with Brian Daboll, with the Buffalo Bills in 2021. Traded for Trevonte Sweat and a straight swap with Jermaine Johnson there with the New York Jets. Minnesota Vikings, they signed James Pierre, 2-year, $8.5 million, tendered linebacker Ivan Pace Jr., re-signed linebacker Eric Wilson, and that's everyone. And it also seems like the Vikings will get Kyler Murray as well. It seems like anyway, from what everyone's saying. So watch this space come probably Thursday for that news there. Let me just take this here. Let's go on Twitter to see what's going on there as well. Okay. So this is an interesting one. And I'll tell you why now in a second. Because Isaiah Simmons was seen as I believe he was picked number 8 from the Arizona Cardinals in 2019. Let me just double check myself there. Or 2020. He was picked number 18. Number 8. Because Derek Brown went and then he went. It was 2020, eighth overall pick to the Arizona Cardinals. He's an interesting one because he was seen as there was no position for him. And he's been jumping around and still haven't found position. He is. This is the issue of being such a versatile player. If you haven't got a position, they can't pin you in one position. And that's why he has struggled to find a team, I think. So I hope it works out for him because he is a really good player. Right. Let's watch this bit here from the Pat McAfee show. Shout out to Pat and the boys.
People out there.
Hang on,
see how
What's Cleveland doing?
Cleveland. That's it.
Cleveland.
Okay. Shador Sanders.
Pro Bowler.
They have Deshaun Watson. And
right.
by the way, let me say this. There are people out there, and we'll see how it unfolds, but there are people out there who believe that Deshaun Watson could very well be the starting quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
I saw him doing running back drills.
He's getting
I saw him
paid.
doing
He's
running back drills.
He's getting paid.
He's definitely getting paid, and I do appreciate the fact that he's like, you know what, I will give this thing a go again. That's paying me $230 million guaranteed. Let's go ahead and try this out. Because at one point when Deshaun Watson was playing good football, boy, it was awesome football to watch.
Yeah.
We were down there in the AFC South watching when he was with the Texans. There was a time where J.J. Watt was walking off the field after the last game of the season, and he looks at Deshaun Watson. He goes, "So sorry we wasted one of your years, man." There was a time where this guy was being described as the Michael Jordan of football.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, a lot happened. Lot happened off the field. A lot happened on the field. It was a very long, dramatic, very serious and intense stuff that took place. So mentally, was he ever going to be able to get back to being a quarterback, especially whenever you're sitting on super satin sheets, the most satin sheets in the history of NFL with their fully $230 million guarantee? Will you ever be able to get back to that? We hadn't seen it. I mean, we hadn't seen it. We didn't expect it. That would have been the mental toughness level to be able to get back to being elite QB while getting paid as much as you have without playing for as long as you had and with all the work that it takes, especially going to a different. It's like, I thought that was going to be tough to see him play football after he took that long off. But maybe he's hit a point in life. One last go here.
Mm-hmm.
One last time to.
Is Deshaun Watson the biggest bust that we've seen in recent history? Geno Smith was in the Jets facility this morning. He passed his physical and the trade is finalized. He's back in Miami now and officially will be a Jet tomorrow when the trade is processed. Wow. Yeah, so just remember, 4:00 tomorrow is when everything becomes official. So technically, all these signings, not to try and speak into existence, Mike Evans is not officially 49 now until 4:00 tomorrow. So technically, he could re-sign with another team or go back to Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So nothing is official until 4 o'clock tomorrow. And there have been instances where it has happened as well. Not very often, but there have been instances where it has happened. The Lions and linebacker Malcolm Rodriguez have agreed to a 1-year deal to bring him back. I like him. So, look, Sarabia, I just wanted to get a bite from it. Not going to happen here. We are taking him. Sarapia put her flag in and gone, we're going to get him. We're going to nab him. He's not allowed to leave the building. He'll be in San Francisco tomorrow, so I imagine. So there you go. Thank you to Pat McAfee there. I will be covering college football as well, so we'll see what they're going to say here. All these pending actions have to be finalized by. They don't have to be finalized by tomorrow. They will be. So everything that you hear, so they don't have to be finalized. So this is tampering period. So again, using Mike Evans as example, another team could come in and say, actually, we're going to give you more, and he could say, okay. Right now, nothing's official until tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock, it still continues. Do you know what I mean? They can just sign straight away then. That's all. This is just like an added 3 days where it's a bit of excitement in the off season. So yeah, they don't have to be finalized by tomorrow at 4 p.m. No, that's when they can officially sign stuff tomorrow. So after tomorrow, there'll be a lot more stuff coming out as well. So what's he saying?
Something here in the state, but yeah, it's my wife's 40th birthday and our 15th anniversary this year. We were supposed to go to Italy for spring break, and I took this job. So we're gonna do something here in the state, but we'll not be going to Italy because I got too much shit to do. Yeah,
that's funny. So his wife's could be 40, and they're supposed to go to Italy on the 15th year anniversary, and he took the job. Whoops. There may be trouble. Okay, Geno Smith, fine. We got through some of these.
A big one for the New England Patriots. Sources say Romeo Doubs, the Packers' standout receiver, has agreed to terms with the Patriots. He is a new target for Drake May. Gets a deal 4 years, roughly $70 million for Romeo Doubs. You wondered, what was his payday going to be like? It is a lot. It is a lot. And for the Patriots, I think it's safe to say they have been in the receiver market for some time. And there's a lot here. First of all, there's Doubs, who has been, I would say, on the field and off, an interesting case for the Green Bay Packers. Talent has never been in question. Patriots hoping to hit it big there. The other part of this is the Patriots have been in talks at various times over the last week or so with the Philadelphia Eagles on a potential deal for A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown is making a lot of money. Now, the Patriots, you can do a lot of different things with the cap, but at the least, what this is a big money signing in the receiver room at a time when many thought it would be A.J. Brown. If it's not the Patriots for A.J. Brown, the Eagles face the possibility of kind of going back to the drawing board, or maybe Brown goes, you know what, I'm going to open it up and consider going to some other teams. There's a lot here, but for the Patriots and for Drake May, most importantly, they get a big-time target in the receiver room.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go, Marky, if you're still here, that's a good news for you. So Romeo Doubs, 724 yards, receiving EPA plus 27.6, value 724 yards. Okay, we don't need any of that.
Earlier in the show is why a team like, let's say, the Arizona Cardinals hasn't released Kyler Murray yet, or why haven't the Las Vegas Raiders released Geno Smith? We know he's going to be released. Just let him go. This is why. Because if you're a team like the Jets and you say you don't want to take the chance for letting someone else get a quarterback who may end up being your starter for the 2026 season, just swap picks in 6th and 7th round picks in the future, take on a little more salary than you want, get the deal done, and lock in your quarterback. And for the Jets, it's still an incredible deal, right? I mean, it is still a deal where you're going to get a potential starting quarterback for an incredibly low rate and allow you to spend the money bolstering the offensive line, bolstering the defense like they did for most of yesterday. And for Geno, he gets to a point in his career where he is sort of a bridge starter. He is also someone who has mentored other quarterbacks, who has been through a lot of different things, can take that experience and help a young Jets team try to get where it needs to go.
So and that's why I explained it earlier on. That's why Kyler Murray has not been released yet. So the Cardinals are hoping a team does come in for him, like the Vikings. So like I've said for ages that Geno Smith was going to the Jets. The Jets were just like, let's just give a 7th rounder just in case. Let's swap some picks around here. So that's what they wanted to do. Same thing that the Cardinals are hoping that the Vikings come in and are like, we'll give you a non-sickle 7th round pick just to get, just let's do it now. But if not, then 4 o'clock on Thursday, 4 o'clock tomorrow, he's officially released, Kyler Murray, and then he can go and visit anywhere. He can sign wherever he wants, whenever he wants. But yeah, that is the whole reason why teams are waiting to officially release their players, essentially. Anything else here? Okay. Well, here you go. So Geno traders. Jets acquired 2026 7th round pick and Geno Smith. And that's what I mean. So basically, all they've done is swap picks. So now the Jets will pick 228 instead of pick 208. And the Raiders will pick a 208 instead of 228. Literally the only difference there. So everyone's happy with that one. Right. I think that's. Oh, here we go. Conor McGovern. Let's see what he's going to say.
Do you know what the dimensions are of that one? If you had a perspective.
This is the center for the Buffalo Bills who re-signed there. And I said earlier on how important it is to get a good center and how Josh Allen probably loves him. So here we go.
The bison above your shoulder there. What do you know?
Yes.
Do you know the dimensions of that actual bison? Do you know what the dimensions are of that one? If you had a
I
perspective.
personally do not know.
What about the stadium ones?
Yeah.
Stadium ones are going to be big. I know that.
How do you
Everybody's
know?
saying
Have you had
that.
eyes on these things?
big?
Have you had eyes on these things?
I'm not saying anything more than that. Just I know.
Whoa, secretive shit going on up there. Hey, that's how tight that camaraderie is. This guy's whipping
Yep,
pies for
exactly.
8 hours
Tight-
on
tight
Fridays
hat.
for the boys.
How many Conor McGoverns are the Bison?
Yeah, it's a good call.
Like
Good question.
20.
How many pizzas?
Ooh, I bet a Bison could put away a lot of pizza. A lot.
Especially yours.
We would love to have one. Maybe put it in the backyard and just feed a pizza and see how long
That'd
it
be
goes.
sick.
Oh, you're living good up there. Bison in the backyard, 32 million guaranteed for a center. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, the center for the Buffalo.
There you go. Wanted to see that. Right. As we always do, let's end on a little mock draft then, shall we? Because all these moves have happened and I fancy doing a first round only mock draft. Because things change all the time. So I think by doing this, I think it's a good move. So let's do this way. And we will select every team. So it takes a little bit longer. Right. Enter. Right, give me a second. I'll be back 2 seconds. What am I doing? What I should have done was this, shouldn't I? Where's it gone? Every time I just have to pop out, I can just. And here we are back. So we have the Las Vegas Raiders on the clock. They are picking number 1. We all know what's happening here. We're going to start the draft. See you later, Sarah. Thank you very much, my darling. See you tomorrow, all right? Take care, my darling. We're going to be doing this. Oh, sorry, it's a break. Yeah. No, it was a break. It was a break. We're going to end on this draft. So we'll do a quick draft. We're going to end on the draft. So for none of knows, obviously boring. He's gone there. Now we start the drafts. And obviously the picks here. I mean, there's a lot of people who think Sonny Styles, maybe Ruben Bain, but I think you've got to go. It's between David Bailey, I think, and Arvel Reese. And I think the upside is there with Arvel Reese. So I'm going to go with Arvel Reese with the Jets. Now, I think that Nate, if he was here, Josie's husband, he would be like, we need a tackle. I agree with him. They do need a tackle. So I'm going to I'm going to get them a tackle. I have Francis Mauigoa as my number 1 tackle in this draft, so I'm going to draft him there. He is the main guy for me, I think. Now, there's a lot of talk after the draft has been that the free agency has been in. There's a lot of talk after free agency about where people should go, and now the number 1 priority they think that the Titans have is to get a running game going. So I am going to go with Jeremiah Love to the Titans. There seems to be a little bit more love for that. Previously, I went with Sonny Styles, but that's where I think he will end up. Now, I'm going to mix up a little bit here, and I'm going to give the New York Giants Caleb Down because they can have a lieutenant in the background there. I think they need some sort of lieutenant there. Obviously, best player available is Sonny Styles, but we're not going to go there for the Browns. They've got too many needs. They basically haven't got an O-line at the minute. So they need an O-line help. They need wide receiver help. Where do you go? I really do not want to send Monroe Freeling to the Browns. I would hate that for him. I really would. So I'm not going to send him there. I'm going to send Carnell Tate there instead. Still in-state player from Ohio State to Cleveland Browns. Then we got Washington on the clock. They are going to go for David Bailey. They need edge rusher help, as always. Then you got the Saints on the clock. They wanted Love, but they instead went for Travis Etienne because they got so many other needs. Where do they go here? It's a tough one, but for me, wow, I actually don't know. I think you're going to have to go Ruben Bain here, Ruben Bain Jr., because he's not a necessity for them, but I think he's somebody that is just too good. And then you got the Kansas City Chiefs on the clock here. They are desperate for some cornerbacks now. He's not going to go to Kansas City today, not after they picked up Kenneth Walker. So he was never going to go. Love was never going to go there. He's never going to reach pick 9, so he's not going to go to Kansas City. Other teams are going to pick him up. That's why they had to overpay a little bit for Kenneth Walker. The Bengals are on the clock, and they are easy pick. They're going to run up there, and Ohio State again as Maryland. As Jen says, it's going to be OHIO, Sonny Styles. He's going to go to the Bengals. He's going straight there. They were running up there before anything happened. Then we got the Dolphins. They got a lot of needs in a lot of positions here. I really don't know where do you start going here. I think you got Dylan Cinnamon on there, so you got to go with him there. I think he's just too good to leave out right now there. Then you got obviously Dallas Cowboys. I really don't know where they would go here. There's some school thought they might go wide receiver, but I don't see it. I think I really don't know where they would go. I mean, best player available. I don't think Spencer Fano is the best player available. I don't think they need Monroe Freeling. They're going to go for Kenyon Sadiq, tight end there. So they're going to have an awesome tight end room there now. You've got Ferguson and now Sadiq. Then the Rams are on the clock. Now, this is where I hope they take Monroe Freeling. I'd love for Monroe Freeling to be there in the Rams. I think that'd be a great place for him to go. And then, obviously, the Raiders are back on the clock, and they now need a wide receiver. They're going to go with Mackay Lemon, adding more depth, into a much needed depth into that wide receiver room. And then we got here, simple one here. Ione from Penn State is going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That was an easy move to put that in there. They need some help, and yeah, that's an easy drop in for them, especially at that pick, because there wasn't anybody else that stood out really. The Jets are coming on here. They got, well, I mean, where do you start? They now got Geno Smith there for a little bit. Where do you go? I think they need to replace or try to replace Sauce Gardner. So we're going to go Jamord McCoy. Not a sexy one, I know, but they need to replace him. Then you've got Denver Broncos, Lions here. I'm going to go Spencer Fano because they do need some more strength on that O-line. So I think he will play guard with those. He's got shorter arms, so I think he'll play guard eventually. So that'll be a good spot for him to be in there. Or he could start tackle. We'll see what they do because they have released Decker. I'm not sure what they're going to do with the left side and whether they're going to swap some stuff around. The Minnesota Vikings here. They've got some needs as well. I think you have to go Caleb Banks here. I think so. Caleb Banks here. Panthers, they've addressed, I think they need offensive here, so I would go Jordan Tyson for them right there. Dallas Cowboys back again. Now they can pick up a linebacker. Where did they go in the first one? They went tight end, so now they can get more value to go CJ Allen right there. And Pittsburgh, they got so many needs again. Where do you start? They do need safety help. I will give them then Emmanuel McNeil Warren. The Chargers probably going to look for some stuff on the edge. I know that Akeem Mesidor is somebody Kendrick Falk, people underrate him. Who else we got? Blake Miller. They don't need tackle. And there's no guy. I really don't know where to go with the best player available. I really don't know what. I need to do more studying on that. I don't know where I'm going to put them. Now they need an edge rusher, so they're going to go there with Kendrick Falk. Then they are back. Cleveland Browns are back, and they're going to take Blake Miller. Tackle. They need tackle help, so they go in there. Then we got to get Chicago, Dave's team here. They are going to go back with Avion Terrell there. Actually, they're not. I picked the wrong person. Sorry. They're going TJ Parker there. That's what I wanted there. Then we go in Buffalo Bills. They need some I'm going to put Avion Terrell there because he could actually do good work there. They do need corner help over there. San Francisco 49ers, they're a mess as well. They need some more stuff. They're not a mess, but I mean, they need more depth in many positions. So let's give them Cassius Howell, best player available. The Houston Texans, they're going to go Peter Woods there. Then Kansas City Chiefs are going to Omar Cooper Jr. Let's not overthink it. Then Denver Broncos, they will go Peter McDonald. Then Denver Boston, they have to go for another wide receiver to get that room going. And then because they got a fairly good room then. They'll have three very good wide receivers if he goes there on the clock, then I will give them a wide receiver then, Casey Conception. No one else to give. So there you go. That's the mock draft we're going to go with. So yeah, I think that's the best we can do on it. On short notice, I'd like to finish on a draft now and again. Yesterday, you all participated in the chat. Today, I just wanted to get over and done with fairly quickly. But yeah, thank you everybody for today. I am going to end the stream there. It's nice to pop on and just do quick streams. That I know that was an hour and 46 minutes, and just nice, you know. Again, if you're watching a replay, please make sure that you like the stream and subscribe to the channel. That's what I struggle on, is getting people to subscribe to the channel. For some reason, I can't get people to subscribe. I've got 54 subscribers, which is really, really good. Don't get me wrong, but liking my videos and subscribing is the things I struggle with getting people to do. But anyway, so if you haven't done so, please go through my videos. Please give them all a like if you haven't watched them yet. And with that, I'm not sure if I'll be back tomorrow or not. Might do a recap either tomorrow or Thursday, one of the two anyway. So we'll take it as it is. But for now, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you to the chat as always. And yeah, we'll see you either tomorrow or Thursday. Keep an eye out for some videos and some shorts as well. Thank you everyone. Have a great night. See you soon. Bye bye.